down there on the corner of this, where Courier Street is where Paulette and I went down there, and they had this new lawn that was planted, and we just dug it up, and it was kind of getting dark in the evening, and then the door opened, and we ran behind a bush that was right on the corner, and of course the people saw us, and they went down there and got us, and they drug us all the way back here.
You got caught.
We got caught, and so my dad ended up, you know, redoing their lawn.
I'm sorry.
No way!
Sounds like something Karen and Simon would do.
And this market is where Vernon and I used to come. Vernon lived right in that house over there, that yellow house facing this way.
Okay.
And he was spoiled rotten by his uncle. And so the uncle, who was blind and on some kind of social security, he established an account here for Vernon. So we could come down here, you know, and pick up candy and what have you, and it would all be charged on the bill. And do you know that we still tried to swipe candy bars?
Even
We didn't have to pay for
when
them,
it was
we would
all
put it in
paid.
our pocket. And it was called Kraft, the Kraft Market, and I don't know what it's called now.
La
But,
Guelaguetza.
and of course, Mr. Kraft knew us and kept an eye. And so when we would come up and he would show the little bill, and Vernon had to make a mark of some sort. And then he would say, "Okay, empty your pockets." You know, these kids. We were just totally bad people. You know. Child. This is at 509 South Marmarken. I don't know exactly how. Maybe I was 3 or 4 when I got there, or something like that. And then I went to kindergarten just down the street, straight through the light.
Straight through the light. You'll turn left on Enos.
And then I remember that I started first grade at Cook Street School, which in those days was right across the street and to the left was Cook Street School. And I don't know why I ended up in 2nd and 3rd grade. I ended up at El Camino Street School, which was in those days, you know, a long ways off for us. And that's where I met Jerry Jones. Was it El Camino School? Yeah.
Where did he live? Did he live near you?
He lived out in the boonies on
Moravian Road. Wasn't it?
On what was the street we turned on to get to Nana's off the freeway? On Donovan Road. Donovan was also the city limit, and Stoll was the other end of the city limit on north and south. And he lived way out on that thing, and where Donovan Road turned, you would take a dirt road out to this farm ranch where the Jones lived, and the father, you know, was a farmer out there, and they leased that house or rented it. And and that he ended up at I don't know how the districts were drawn.
You're gonna make a left, right, on West Enos.
3 it says, Mims.
1503. Yep, because I was gonna say it was like I just would walk right over there.
In the school?
Right there. Yeah.
Right behind us.
Yeah. So they put that wall up.
Whoever did that was a stupid thing.
Well, probably because that road became so busy that
Yeah.
the
And
noise.
that little thing right there was like filled with white rocks. That little strip where the carpet is. Those white shiny rocks like Nana had, those sparkly rocks, you know. That was stones there.
And it was a gray house.
And it was gray.
Yeah.
Huh.
That man is probably saying,
So is this 1313?
They bought that house new.
right, yeah.
New.
Yep, there was new construction.
Not that I remember.
And she lived there until she came to Vallejo and had her strokes.
Was that with Ed that she lived here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Whoever lived in there was just like Nana.
What?
Hardly any plants.
See that roof? Uncle Ernie and I and Harry put that roof on that house.
Really?
Yeah, that was one hell of a job. And then, of course, after Nana passed away, we came down
And
here.
so we have a
And,
baby when she was a baby.
and I think your dad helped us
This is
too.
where she actually
And
first
Jerry,
walked.
and we painted the
She was 10 months
house.
old.
Did all kinds of things I should have done
To-
years before.
To sell it, to prepare to sell it.
Yeah, and then we sold it. Yeah,
And then
And
we
they
also
bought
did
that
this,
new.
remember, Mom?
sold instantly.
Yeah.
That's when Sasha got sick.
Right away, just
Oh yeah.
Yep, that is the house.
oh my God, do I remember stuff like that? I replaced those plate glass windows because they were always breaking.
Yeah.
Those slats things that you
Mm-hmm.
they open like a Venetian blind.
Those are still there in that room.
Are they?
Yeah, yeah, on this far
Hmm.
right.
This area right in here, some places where is where we lived, and like Lincoln Street was not here in those days. It ended. Bunny Street
Was really short.
was a dead end. Yeah, as I recall.
Okay. So it must have just been one of these houses on the
Yeah.
side.
I was looking at those other ones because where we lived was not facing this street. It was facing that way.
Oh.
Kind of like smaller houses, and yeah.
Okay.
But I was really little, so.
That was before Thornburg.
You know who else lived down here, Edie? Was John Patino. You know, I have that picture of him and I.
Yeah.
We were real short.
Cool. Thanks, Hope.